Amazing truck. My car insurance company was totally ripping me off for it until I found.
I am a money magnet. I have endless residual income. I prosper wherever I go, in whatever I do. Every day, I am becoming wealthier and wealthier. I am financially abundant. I am a great success. Unexpectedly, money falls into my lap. I receive money by thinking luxuriously. I am building unlimited streams of income. I am always grateful for my unlimited sources of income. Money comes to me easily and effortlessly. I am doing what I love and earning lots of money doing it. I am always thinking positive. I am grateful for my infinite abundance. Money automatically gravitates into my life. I am no longer limited by old conditioning. I think like a millionaire. I can do anything I set my mind to. I am always visualizing myself, living the life I desire. I am prosperous. I am deserving of wealth. I am creating the life of my wildest dreams. I am the creator of my reality. I am abundant. I am open to receiving my blessings every day. I trust my intuition and let it guide me to taking positive action. I am becoming more confident and successful. I enjoy being financially free. I have the power to do anything I want. I am successful in all areas of my life. I work smart and hard, and that is why I am rich. I always find a way to succeed. I am highly motivated and productive. I use positive thinking to manifest a positive life. I think big in everything I do. I act fearlessly. I have an amazing life. I am so lucky and blessed. I am an ambitious overachiever. Every day, I move closer to my goals and dreams. I deserve success. There is nothing I cannot do. I am destined for greatness. I am a money magnet. I have endless residual income. I prosper wherever I go, in whatever I do. Every day, I am becoming wealthier and wealthier. I am financially abundant. I am a great success. Unexpectedly, money falls into my lap. I receive money by thinking luxuriously. I am building unlimited streams of income. I am always grateful for my unlimited sources of income. Money comes to me easily and effortlessly. I am doing what I love and earning lots of money doing it. I am always thinking positive. I am grateful for my infinite abundance. Money automatically gravitates into my life. I am no longer limited by old conditioning. I think like a millionaire. I can do anything I set my mind to. I am always visualizing myself living the life I desire. I am prosperous. I am deserving of wealth. I am creating the life of my wildest dreams. I am the creator of my reality. I am abundant. I am open to receiving my blessings every day. I trust my intuition and let it guide me to taking positive action. I am becoming more confident.
Alrighty guys, how are we doing? How are we feeling? Welcome to today's class. Let's continue to spread the word that we are live. Look, it's Tuesday. This is one of my favorite classes of the week. Why? Is we really just spent some time on the charts. You know, we spent some time looking for some leveraged ideas and exchange ideas as well. Make sure you drink some water today. This is my second half a gallon that we are drinking. So, yeah, let's kick this thing off. If you're brand new here, feel free to let us know in the chat box. And if you are brand new here to DCX, it's pretty important that you go through the basics, that you understand the terminology of trading. Now, if you're new here today, you can come in here, go to the Academy section, go into DCX, and you'll have two DCX Academies. I always tell people, I always ask them this question. You know, if you're looking to start your portfolio first, start with the exchange. If you're looking to, you know, day trade and to see results every day, well, that's what you want, right? Go through the leveraged first. But all you need is the 100 series videos in these academies to start and really to spend some time with us here on Go Live. Now, if you are new here, this is our schedule, okay? Right now, you are currently on understanding the charts with myself. Tomorrow, let me sign out and Go Live right here. We have a massive announcement, myself and Curtis and a very special guest on tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. How many of you guys are going to be on that class tomorrow at 4 o'clock Eastern? We have an announcement that's going to shake the entire company, and I'm excited for you guys to be there. It's going to be a very, very big announcement. So please let your teams know tomorrow at 4 o'clock. If they miss today, I care, but I care more if that they're on tomorrow's class. Okay, and then Thursday, we got Researching DeFi and NFTs. That class's title is going to change here soon. But anyways, tomorrow, 4 o'clock, let's get the team on there. So important that you guys are promoting. Okay, so what we're going to do here today is if you are not in my Pip Talk, you want to get in my Pip Talk. Here's why. This is a place you can download the app IM Academy on your phone, or you can simply go into your im.center and subscribe. This is a free tool that we give you guys. Okay, I'm going to put the link in the chat box real quick. Now, right now, if you have any charts that you want me to look at, just like some of these individuals have put here, okay? And if you guys even have any questions, you know what? Today I'm going to answer some questions. But you have to go into my Pip Talk to ask me, because the chat box goes too fast and I don't feel like looking at the chat box the entire class. So if you have questions even for me, come into my Pip Talk, ask right here, click on comment. And then if you want to get the link to your trading view, so let's say you mark up the chart, you can simply just click this camera, copy link to chart image, and then paste it. Well, it'll copy and paste into that place. What's good, Paper? What's up, Ross? What's up, Michael? How we doing, Leia, George, Stanley? Good to see everybody in here. Okay, so we're gonna go through some of those charts and through some of those questions towards the middle to the end of the class. Okay, so let's kick this thing off, and I really want to start off with this dollar. Okay, and if you're new here, sometimes the Tuesday classes, people say, well, I feel overwhelmed. You feel overwhelmed because it's new. You may feel overwhelmed because you're learning something that you've never were taught in an educational system. So what we're going to be looking at here today is a website called tradingview.com. You can make a free account, and this is what allows us to look at any chart. So we can look at crypto, we can look at stocks, we can look at futures, we can look at Forex. It just lets us see the data of the currency we're looking at. So if I put this on Bitcoin, I can go back as far as this will go, right? 2012, and look at all the price data of Bitcoin. And then we're going to put together a checklist. We're going to put together a list of confirmations. We're going to put together a case, right? If you're a lawyer, right, you need to make a case. Now, the more use cases you have, or the more confirmations that they did it or they didn't do it, right? Depends on what type of lawyer you are. Are you a defense attorney? Are you prosecute? Where you're at in the case. And I'm definitely not a lawyer. I have people in my family that do that. Okay, so what's the use case? Because you have to have an overall case for me to bring to a judge and say, hey, judge, I'm going to press buy right here. Hey, judge, I'm going to press sell right here. If you looked at your trading like, hey, I got to build a case, and the more data, the more confirmation, the more proof that I have, the better the case is going to be, the better the trade is going to be. Does that make sense? Let me know in the chat. So when we're looking at these charts, we look at charts based on different time frames. Now, Mike, what does that mean? It means that every one of these bars, and you can double tap it, or you can actually right click it, just double tap it, and then you can hit appearance, and you can actually change the background of your chart. Some people like more of a darker look. I like to keep it light on my eyes. This is important. When you go to symbol, I have all of my blue candles, all of the bullish candles. Okay, I know we have a lot of new people on here, so let me just make this clear. Bullish means up or buy. Bearish means down or sell. So I have all of my bullish candles going light blue up, all of my bearish candles just black. Now, Mike, why don't you use red? Because red is actually a psychological color that will make people make decisions, more likely to make decisions to buy or sell because of what they see, the color. Okay, so some people just use black and white. I like light blue and black. Okay, but definitely I would not have any red candles. Now up here you have different time frames. So I always like to look at higher time frames and then go down. So I have the monthly, the 2-week. If you click this arrow here, you can star all of the time frames. These are the ones that I use. Okay, all of the ones. Microsoft will make NASDAQ dip tomorrow. This is not an SFX session, but potentially for sure with the lawsuit and Microsoft getting in trouble. Or it could also pump the market, right? We expect the market to fall when that happens, but the charts don't lie. Like Shakira said. She didn't say that, but we know what she meant. Okay, so let's take a look at Bitcoin. What's going on here? If you guys have been paying attention to our sessions, let's go to the weekly time frame. We've pretty much been spot on with this, right? We talked about this level here for BTC. Can't see that. That's annoying. Where we had this level of support from June, July, August, September, November. We had the midterm election. We had FTX. All of it fell together right here. Market swept this liquidity, slowed down, and then is now pushing back up to the upside. Okay. Now, if you guys have been paying attention to these classes, if you are an OG student, an OG DCX student, we talked about the market coming back up here. We talked about a couple different points in the market. Okay, we talked about the market number one coming up to this candle, 20,000 to 21,000. It actually came here and stopped. We talked about 22,000, this imbalance. Market ran that. And we also talked about this like trend line, right? This like everybody's going to be looking to sell Bitcoin right off this trend line, and you can see how it closed, next candle opened, and ran. So we want to train our eyes not to think or not to see what everybody else sees. Everybody else saw floor, 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 boom. And when you take a trade, write this down. For MetaTrader 4 or leverage, you need to have a entry, a stop loss or invalidation, and then your exit or take profit. Now in Swipecoin, we give you these numbers. What's up, Dad Villain? What's up, FTMD? I used to think news moved the market. Now I know that the news just pushes the market to where it was going to go in the first place. Exactly. Exactly. Take a screenshot of what Ross just said. Exactly. Okay? The news is the reason. The news is the excuse. And then you know what happens is the news gets released and then everybody FOMOs in or FOMOs out. Okay. Right now we have an XRP sell on Swipecoin. Anybody in profit on that? Shout out to Nick Gomez. Caught the sell on XRP. Anybody in that trade right here, XRP? He hasn't updated the results, but I'm pretty sure this is already 200-300 pips in profit. Okay, so that's what we were looking at really for the past 4, 5, 6 months. Now looking at Bitcoin on the daily. Okay, now this candle right here did have a lot of my attention. We're coming in here and looks like we're slightly slowing down, but personally, oh, there's the other point of the arrow. But personally, I mean, I do think we're going to see price, if it pulls back, continue. And if we can get above this 25,400, I mean, these levels wouldn't surprise me. You know, this imbalance right here at 27,000. So, you know, we look at, for example, let's say this candle. So let's delete everything. Open, close, right? The market really never came back 50% of this candle. There was some wicks into the candle. Now there's really some imbalances right here on Bitcoin, 27, 28,000. And then you have this push up here that really looks actually pretty good. So like on this 3-day time frame, you do have an imbalance here at 29,000. So if this market does come back up here, you can see that the market gave us a little level here that we can come back down and sweep, which I think we do. And that's why I've been telling you guys literally since like, what, November, that after we break this level, I don't know how far we'll go, but when we break this level here, whether it's 14 or 13 or 12, this is really going to be the beginning of when I start to take those aggressive positions. Caught the sell on Solana at a different level. Great job. The level on Solana I had was good. I just had the invalidation too close. But if you guys still see that, feel free to take those ideas, especially the advanced. In profit, blue, yes. Yes, thumbs up. In profit, let's go. Can you briefly explain why a fast move up and then a fast? Okay, cool. So this is just what we call running for liquidity, a liquidity sweep. So for example, here you go. Let's just focus on this candle right here. Or let's focus on, I want to kind of use like a daily candle. let's use, well, let's actually use the buy, because this was actually what we caught, okay? So here you have, on the daily, you had some liquidity right here. You had some liquidity right here on the smaller time frames, and then you had this push down, and then a fast move up. So now we're looking for 50% of the last down candle, which was, and this is how we were able to get that Bitcoin entry around 16,000. So you're looking for a candle down that breaks liquidity to the left. So if I go down in smaller time frames, okay, I'm going to try to show you guys this. And remember, we were looking at that on the daily time frame, okay, the daily candle. Okay, but sometimes you won't be able to see the imbalance sweep. So let me just put this here for you, daily. For this example, this is a daily candle that we took 50% of for entry. But if we go down to, I think, H4 or H1, this is the liquidity sweep that we were looking at. Okay, this is where we were looking at a level of support, right? That's what they call it. Let's go down. I think we can stick with the 4-hour actually here. So we saw these lows get swept. This, really this right here. You had this candle right here that took all of this money, and then the market came back, rebalanced itself on the daily, and then guess what? You also had this trend line pushing down. So you had the market. Let me make this really clear for everybody. You had the market. Okay, we were looking for 50% of that daily candle. That entry was around like right here. But then when you look like this, okay, I'm going to take my entry at the blue line, Mike. I'm going to take my entry at the blue line. Okay, well now you need to have a position. So now let's say that's my entry. My risk would be below here. And then you're saying, and guys, we caught this on Go Live. Okay. Mike, you mentioned in your last class about the importance of there not being a wick on the body. I only look at the body of the candle. The wick is just noise. I want to see where candles open and candles close. I don't care about wicks. Now, wicks have its benefits because it can enter you in or enter you out of a trade. But for looking at mitigation or looking at 50% of a candle for my entry, it's the body. Do you use volume as an indicator? Not really. Not really. For leverage MetaTrader 4, not really. For NFTs, yes, of course. So you see here, you have this trend line pushing down. How many people were taught to sell at the trend line, sell at the trend line, sell at the trend line? So we're going to use that as a level of liquidity. This is where I think there's going to be a lot of money sitting here, a lot of stop losses sitting here. If I press sell here, my stop loss is up here. So now this market comes down, gives us the entry on the daily. I'm on the 4-hour time frame, and now guess what? I have my entry real quick. Mike, where are you taking profit at? Well, we went back and we talked about it. Okay, we talked. There's guys, all the go lives are there. We talked about 19,000 being a great take profit. 50% of this candle right here. We talked about these levels up here. You know, based off of what? The daily time frame. We talked about this candle right here, based on that imbalance. So I would have had TP1 at 19,000, TP2, and TP3. And I'm not trying to go back and, oh, this is what you could have done. If you didn't take the trade, it means nothing for you. But we called out these ideas. That's why I'm showing this to you. Okay? We can't go back and do anything about it. We're going to look at the future market right now and see what we can see. But I'm sharing with you, watch what happens. Okay, I'm going to try to, now you have like this trend going down here. Market comes down and sweeps this liquidity, goes 50% of that candle. Here you have another down candle right here. Market wicks into that. And then I believe this is when we start, what is this? Starts the trade higher here. And you see how the market runs literally directly to that take profit, ran that other take profit, and now we're up there. Okay, put a 2 in the chat if you're seeing this. What would you do looking at the scalper right now? I'll look at the scalper at the end. Mike, can I have your opinion on scalping compared to swing trading? I'm okay with both. I personally would say, I mean, like, what is swing trading? Like, what's the definition, actually, to be honest? Is swing trading holding for 3 days? Is it 5 days? Is it 10 days? So I really don't look at it that way. I look at it as a risk to reward, you know? And if I have this entry here, for example, at 16,000, my stop loss should be heavily in profit up here, somewhere up here. And if it hits, it hits, and I secure the bag, right? So let's take a look at what I think Bitcoin could do. I'm on the daily here. We had this huge move up. Now, this is the mistake that a lot of people make. And this is what I told you guys last week when everybody was like, oh my God, we're going to drop from right here. I said, guys, you have this trend, right, going up. Market breaks. And then you have this market really show a lot of strength. So we could see this market come back down here. This is an imbalanced candle, okay? You guys see this? You actually have two right here. You have open, close, open, close. There's no wicks into this candle. So seeing this market come back and rebalance itself here, this may be a potential buy opportunity. I would be saying, okay, well, if this is going to trade lower, right? That imbalance was on the what, 1 hour. Watch how I'm using time frames. Watch this. What if I go to the 4 hour? You have some wicks into this candle already, but there's an imbalance here. There's an imbalance here. I personally wouldn't be mad if we were able to catch some sort of Bitcoin buy in this zone right here. The market came back to 21,000, and this is looking bullish. How do I know there's an imbalance? There's no wicks into the candle. Look at this candle right here. Open, close, market continued. Put a 1 when you see it. Open, close, market continued. Now, remember, you have to understand time frames as well. So the higher the time frame, the more kind of confirmation that we could return to that level. Like, you guys go back and like why I believe Bitcoin can come back down to this level, potentially to even here, is on, I think, the weekly. So let me just put this here for you daily. For this example, done it. If you didn't take the trade, it means nothing for you. But there's no wicks into the candle. Look at this candle right here. Open, close. Then I really wouldn't. Took its time. Okay, where's the chart at? What's going on here? Hello, Bitcoin. Okay, here we go, 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 here we go. We haven't had a 50% retracement of this candle right here. Open, close, and balance. We never came back. Literally, you can see how this candle came right into. See the opening of this candle? See how the market stopped right there? That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice right there. So I would really be looking for potential sells. Let me go back to the daily time frame here. In these levels, 24, 20, let's go back to the higher time frame. Put it together on the weekly. This mid to 24,000. What was I looking at? Is it 3-day? I think it was a 2-week time frame. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. I'm going to be looking for some shorts here. Now, if this market does run, then, we know the target on the lower time frames up here. So I want to keep moving on. I don't want to sit on Bitcoin all day. Hopefully this is making sense. So does price run the wicks or just the bodies? Remember, the wicks is noise. The wicks is running for money, right? Look at this candle, 30,000 to 25,000. How many people might have been buying here and their stop losses were here? You guys get that? Okay. And then you look at structure, right? You talk about market structure. People talking about a bull market is back. Guys, all this market has to do is come up here, this low, not close above. Candles closing above 26, this could start to flip. But if the market even comes up, even if the market wicks up and then pushes back down, if this candle closes under here, I would be looking for that. So when you tie in structure as well, very simple. Look at the past. Lows that failed to highs that failed to break the previous high. Right? The market created this high. And then you had all these pushes that just kept failing to break these previous highs. And if you were on Go Live, my personal bias was that the market was going to break this. I have the recordings. They're in the Go Live from last year when I said, hey, we're going to break this liquidity. This might be a good time to look to close some positions. And I was personally looking at this level right here. And when that was broken, and really like 30, like this level here, 33, 34,000, that's when the whole domino started to fall. Terra Luna, everything. Okay. Put a yes if this is slowly starting to make sense. Okay. We're going to keep moving on because I don't want to talk about Bitcoin for an hour. I mean, I'm DeFi Mike for a reason. Okay. Let's go over to ETH. Let's take a look at what ETH is doing. Okay. Let's look at ETH on the higher time frame. What could we do? What could we do? Everybody's like, the bull market's back. No, it's not. Okay. We've broken this down. We said 50% of this candle. Market has literally come up here and tapped this twice. Now, if this market does want to break it, because this is important. From what I understand and what I look at is if this candle's imbalance was already filled like it was here, it may work again, this strategy. But most times the market has already been filled. So the market could run for the next level, which would be 50% of like this candle, for example, which got close, but it never filled. So just kind of understand, like, you can't take, it's like buying at support every time. Eventually it's going to break. It's like selling at resistance. Eventually it's going to break. Does that make sense, everybody? Please let me know if that makes sense. So even when it comes to imbalances and mitigation, it's the same thing. So Mike, what do you see? I personally see on ETH, ETH could literally completely stop right here, but I don't think it is. I think the market is still looking strong. And I would like to see some sort of retracement. back down to like 1500. Let's see if we can see anything here that catches my attention. So really like this candle here, 1531. There's this mitigation on this candle. It's not really the best setup though. Let me see. Here's the thing. Is you have the market could easily come here and continue. Yes. But remember, when you're buying, you want to buy what? Low. And when you're selling, you want to sell high. So the market kind of sitting right here doesn't really make me feel too comfortable or too confident unless this market were to retrace minimum to 50%. But I would really be looking if the market wanted to dive and come back in here. Oops, wrong tool. I'd potentially take a buy position again. But if you guys have been paying attention to these Tuesday classes, we caught the buys on ETH down here. Okay, to start the year. Or to close the year, excuse me. To close the year and start the year. We had multiple entries on ETH. I'd like to see ETH make its way back up here. I think that would really create a lot of buzz in the NFT space. A lot of people believing the hopium kicking back in. It's just this candle right here can easily just take out this low and we could fall. You see how many bullish days in a row we had on ETH? So that's a good sign. It's definitely a good sign. But I would be looking at a little bit higher. $18.50 really my eyes are on $18.50. Now, if this market were to come down here, I'm not against potentially with a small buy to the upside with the very tight stop loss, but I'd like to see ETH come back down in some of these levels down here. This looks like it wants to continue trading to the downside. Okay, let's take a look at Solana. Now we dropped Solana on the app. I'm pretty sure it hit the invalidation, which is okay. Let's see how we can learn from that. So I dropped this when I was at the event. What was the invalidation? 2534. So, you know, it's one of those trades where the market literally came, stopped right there. 2534 was right here. Came up, ran, and then pulled back down. Did anybody take this? If you did, great. If not, it's okay. Obviously, this trade didn't win because it hit the invalidation, closed on the other side of that candle. I actually called this out on my phone while I was at the event. And, yeah, and literally the second we called it out, you had Genesis Capital file for bankruptcy and the whole market went crazy. So that level was good. I just needed to wait for some more accumulation, but it's okay. Solana, I like some potential buys down here. Now, some of you guys actually took it. Well, Mike, your analysis kind of looks like you copied my pip talk. That's funny. Cool, yeah, I'm glad some of you guys were able to still get into the trade. And that's the beautiful part about leveraged ideas. Somebody said they're 200 pips on profit on this trade. You know, you can still, when you learn how to trade, right, you don't want to depend on an alert, right? You want to look at the zones. What am I looking at, right? 24, 25. You would have had a great entry right here, and it's like, okay, now your eyes start to see this. I haven't been on my computer too much. I was at an event, but now your eyes start to see these imbalances, and you know, you could have had an entry right here at 25. I mean, I definitely missed this, calling this out, but this thing's all day. How many of y'all see that? This is why coming on the sessions, push up, fast move down, market came down. Market came right into this candle right here. Mike, where's your target? Okay, well, do we have any liquidity? Where can we run to? You got tons of money sitting here. This is why we're showing you how to fish. Right? Here's your potential sell right here. potential stop loss or risk. I mean, even right here, or even if you had it, if you took a trade there, I would have your stop loss probably right here. And then you know, where are we targeting, Mike? Where are we targeting? Well, let's look at different time frames. Where do we have some action? We have some imbalances, definitely right here. Hence, look at this. Look at this. This is an imbalance on Solana. Open, close, continuation. Market came down, whipped into that imbalance. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to reverse from there. But some of these levels down here on the 4-hour, this has my attention right here. I'll call out a buy at 21.28 on Sol and see if we can catch this move back to the upside. Now, if that doesn't break, if that doesn't hold, you know, we're going to have a very tight stop loss with this idea. So this is what I'll be looking at on Sol. This will be about less than 100 pips. We'll look to take this back to the upside because I am still bullish on this potential market here. So keep an eye out on Solana. This is kind of a little early. Yeah, I like this 4-hour setup, maybe potentially 21.22. See if we can catch a whip to the upside and then a price pushing back up. Look to catch maybe 300 to 500 pips on this. So keep an eye out on Solana. Now, you also have to understand the DXY, and I think I talked about this earlier before on the round table, but I do believe we're going to see the DXY come down to this level, which could give all of us a nice setup for buys on crypto for a little bit. Now, if the market does come down here, right, it's going to take some time, we could see the market, crypto, and even stocks and commodities and all that stuff go on a nice little rally. Now, this is on the yearly time frame. Okay, that was the yearly time frame. Now, this is the monthly. If this monthly does close under 101,500, I think we could fall back into these levels, which would kind of make sense. Which would make sense dramatically. We look at where the price is at right now, how the market has literally stopped right on this candle. This is going to be a really key level here for the dollar. But down here has my interest, and then down there as well in the other bigger time frames. You can see on the 10-day we're already breaking down below this. So let's look real quick and see what news we have. And then I want to take a look at some of your guys' charts. So we have GDP Thursday, right? Growth, domestic, production. This is going to be really important. This is going to be for Q4 of last year, right? How's the economy doing? It's an economic activity and the primary gauge of the economy's health. So this is the first GDP growth domestic product of the Q4 2022. So if we see this obviously trading back-to-back negative quarters, right? We're supposed to be in a recession. So they could start using that recession word in the next 6 months, especially if this starts to go downwards, which forecasting 2.6. Let's see. That's going to be really interesting. And then next Wednesday, we have FOMC, the raising interest rates. Now, they're expecting to do 25 basis points. If they do that, the market could rally in crypto. If they do it 50 or 100, that could actually push us a lot lower. So we may be in more consolidation. Just a heads up. Okay, just a heads up. Okay. All I can say is I've seen Bitcoin do this a million times. I've seen Bitcoin literally do this. The market will run up, do this, everybody gets bearish, market runs up a couple more times, and then the big move down, okay? Because this could be pricing in some of that data. Don't fall for that trap. Okay, guys, if you haven't gone into the Pip Talk, please do. ask any questions in there, and drop your charts in there. Okay, we're going to take a look at those charts in a second. Okay, want to run through some alts with you guys. Somebody said LooksRare was on Exodus, so that's pretty cool. LooksRare, we have between 10 to 20 cent entries on this altcoin. Obviously, there's a risk involved in trading, all of that. This is actually falling pretty aggressive here right now. As Bitcoin drops, remember altcoins, they drop faster. Honestly, I would wait for this. If this were to come back under 13 cents. Maker, right? Maker is giving us some nice price action here. Back at 661. We have some nice liquidity to the upside here. Got some money chilling right here. Let's see if this can come down. I'm going to call this out probably as an exchange idea again. 571. Market's pushing down right now, which is a good thing. Our Kava entries are officially in profit. Okay. Kava moving to the upside here. Came a little bit lower. It's okay. Looking for the push to the upside. Algorand, I believe, is at the entry. The whole market looks the same right now. Okay. Huge expansion. Market needs to come back down, rebalance itself. I like Algorand around this 20 cent level. Put your... I'm trying to buy looks on Uniswap. If you have ETH and you're trying to get looks, just do it on MetaMask. You don't need to go to Uniswap. You don't need to go to Exodus Wallet. If you have stablecoin, or if you have, just do it directly on MetaMask. MetaMask is an aggregator. MetaMask is doing a lot of good stuff. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't looked too much into Aptos. I know Mambo and some of the other educators have. This has obviously had a crazy year so far. I really don't know I don't know a lot about it. So that's why we have multiple educators. Can't follow every project. I've heard good things. I've heard about their team. I've looked into their team a little bit. Where would I buy it on this chart? I'm not buying this unless it comes back to $3, $4. So if that's the answer, if that's what you're looking for me to say, then I'll say that. Uniswap, what's Uniswap doing? Uniswap's really doing nothing. It's just kind of chilling. Broke that trend. Break out. See what happens here. So I want to still see sub $4. Still going to be very patient with a lot of these ideas, guys. I'm not with the whole bull market's back yet. I'm sorry. You want me to lie to you so you feel better? Or do you want to get positioned for the next 4 years of your life? You tell me in the chat. What do you guys want? Sushi Swap, this looks really good. We may see this pull back to this level here. Anything around $1 on Sushi Swap, I really like these entries here. Even if the market comes down. There was some really big news with Sushi Swap. Sushi Swap news. They just did a few things. Hold up. Let me read this. Somebody sent this to me. Sushi Swap passes 100% fee reallocation, 10.9 sushi clawback proposals. 100% of trading fees on the platform will soon be directed to the Sushi Swap treasury for expenses and maintenance. Revenue to the treasury will be in the form of 50% ETH and 50% USDC. So it looks like they're going to be reallocating all of this money. Let me see this real quick. We'll go to their Twitter. New tokenomics calculators. So this is a proposal. It might not have been It might not have been approved. How many documents are there here? I don't have time to go through all this right now, but seems good. Seems good. Let's see what happens. Round a dollar. Compound, pulling back. Come on. Pull right back into this level, please. I need some Mo comp. $35. The ICO price was $34. Would love to see compound back in this level. We swept this liquidity. This looks really good. We could start to see this form, and this gets me fired up right here. Pull back. Couple targets here in the market. 109, 137. I mean, we obviously saw this at $1,000 in the bull run, so we catch it at 30. There's some levels to slowly start to scale out of, ladies and gentlemen. So be patient. All right, enough of me. Let's talk about you. Let's get it. Okay. Last but not least, let's go through. So every Tuesday, guys, if you're new here, if it's your first session, please let me know. On Tuesdays, you guys can bring me your charts. Anything in crypto. I'll go through all of your charts. I'll answer your questions in the Pip Talk. I'll come back to the questions at the end. Let me go through the charts first. And obviously, guys, once again, disclaimer, I'm not perfect. I'm just going to give you what I would maybe change or edit a little bit with your charts. Okay, let's start with this one. Here we go. We got ETH USD 1 hour time frame. Potential buy here. Is that where price is currently at right now, too? I think that's where price is at. Now, are you in this trade? It's a little bit hard to see. I'm pretty sure I see a gray wick into that 786 level. And if you are, I'm cool with that. Looking at ETH, I think the market could. If you were able to catch that wick, great. We went to 1530. 50, yeah, if you were able to catch that entry, that's a solid entry. You're already up 200 pips. So if you're able to catch that, I would move your stops into profit. And that's my mouse moving slow. And yeah, I like that entry. Okay, this is this is Maker. Oh, this is Maker versus Bitcoin. You're keeping me on my heels here. So Maker versus Bitcoin. That is a great chart to look at the dominance levels. And we looked at it on the Maker USD, and it looks a little bit similar. I like this imbalance down here on the left-hand side. Let me try to zoom in here real quick for you guys. It might not let me because this is like a trading view. Somebody else's screenshot, but down here, these levels, so it looks very similar. Yeah, Maker pulling back down. I like this. This is a great stuff here. Really good stuff. This is awesome. Yeah, if you have a markup on the next Tuesday class, bring it. I'm at break even at the moment. Great job, Bradley. That was a great entry on ETH. That's what I'm talking about. Let's drop some ones in the chat box for Bradley. Sniping ETH. Let's drop some ones in the chat box. Drop some ones in the chat box. Let's go. And if you don't know, we play music on sessions. Okay, so here we got Sol versus Tether. Okay, this is good. This is good. This is good. I like when the students pay attention in class. Great stuff here. Because long term, I like this setup heavily. Really good. So Sol 3-day time frame, really solid here. We have liquidity here. This was November. This was the sell position that we caught. If you guys were on Swipecoin, market fell, swept liquidity, came back down, and then the market is obviously this is where the market's at now. So this is definitely a place where I'll be looking for sells. I will be looking for some selling positions here, to be honest, around $32, $33, because you did have this low, lower than this one, or this high created the this low. Okay, this high. Excuse me, this high is created is lower, slightly than this high. Okay, it's high, but this one's a little bit lower. Anyways, I hate those words. So here you had a 2-week institutional candlestick. I do want to see 50% of this move, so I am looking for that $11 to $12 potential buy down there. That's, I think we do come back to those levels eventually, and that's where I'll be looking for leverage and exchange. Exchange 8 to 12 all day. Leverage, we'll try to scale around $11 to $12, and if we go lower, then we'll get a better entry. But I like this entry down here, and then I would kind of flip it, right? This would be my TP1, and then my potential exit would be around $115, $120. I love this chart. Let's drop some ones in the chat box for this chart. Amazing, 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 amazing. Great work. Great work. Spurious 97. Good stuff. Okay. ZA 47 got the graph. Talk to me. I like the graph. The graph on the dollar. I like seeing you guys look at the charts on the higher time frames. You stop getting faked out, right? Higher time frames, especially for that portfolio. Okay, so here we have a fib level from high to low. Now, I personally don't really use the 61.8. I know Kurt does. Kurt crushes it. Make sure you guys watch his fib classes always. And if the market does pull back here, I'm okay with starting to DCA in around those levels. So I've been grabbing graph around 7 cents anyway. That's like my DCA. I think 6-7 cents. So I like that level. What I would also tell you though is look for deeper retracements. That's fine. Okay. Look for deeper retracements, and then when you see a fib level, so like you see this white candle here, open, close, huge move up. Also look at 50% of that candle. So for example, we may come down to right under between 8 and 7.5 cents. In your portfolio, that entry is not going to matter in 5 years. So I would just start accumulating 50% of this candle down right here. Okay, great chart. Let's drop some 2s in the chat box. We got one more. We're going to wrap up this session. Hopefully this is helping you guys here. Smart Money DCX. Come on. We got, okay, this is Bitcoin futures, the CME chart. Oh, we got some gaps. Oh, I see what you're looking at here. Actually, this is a good chart. Really good chart here. We had a gap, got filled, market ran. We had a gap, and these gaps do get filled eventually. So we had a gap at 20,000. That makes sense. Market comes down, fills the gap, comes up to this level. So these gaps eventually do get filled for the most part. I think almost all of them have been filled. There might be a couple back in the day. And we'll look at this chart, but I agree. I mean, I like this. I like the setup. I like where, kind of the mindset is looking at the USD versus the CME Bitcoin gaps and charts. Bitcoin falling, coming down. Everybody gets bearish again. Everybody's, how they are. And then the market completely rallying 28, 29, 30,000. And then I think we start to see the market trade lower unless something changes, right? Unless things change. I mean, and the market changes every day. I'm in agreement with that. Let's drop some sevens in the chat box for this one. ICP, a lot of money from investors. Come on my classes on Thursdays, and all my other classes, we talk a lot about projects. Just a lot of really smart people, really bad and poor tokenomics. Not even that bad at tokenomics, just a lot of money that was given to let me show you something. ICP. Here's the issue, guys. The people that bought in for 3 cents. So even right now, if they're still holding, they don't care. They'll keep selling. This project went from can you imagine 3 cents to $700? $1,000 would have turned into, oh my God. Let's do the math on that. Oh, why should I be in crypto? Pay attention. $1,000. And this is an educational example for math for those people to make you understand that this market is down 99%. It's crazy. $1,000 divided by 0.03, 33,333 tokens times 700. At one point, $1,000 would have turned into $23 million. And you can see here was the issue. And this is what we look for in tokenomics, guys. Investors got 25% of the tokens. This may never come back. The Dfinity Foundation, 23%. That's half the tokens. Team members, 18%. That's 75% of the tokens already. I'm not calling ICP a rug, but they rugged. Now, they're still probably going to keep building, and they might figure it out. But this is why we do the research. This is why we understand tokenomics. This is why we don't just blindly buy things. That's bad. $1,000 to $23 million? Who wants that, right? You're not going to do that. I'm going to be honest. You're probably not going to do that. There's a risk involved in trading, and this is what we look for, is the bad entries. So that's why we always want to know kind of when did the early people get into a project. Hopefully that helped. Hey, Mike, for reallocation of alts, would you use the same DCA levels, or do you think alts will print higher lows? I'm sticking with the DCA levels that are on the exchange ideas right now. I do believe I will be dropping new ideas, and Kurt will as well as the market comes back down. So some projects I think will create. I think ETH does create a new low. I think we do go under. I think ETH does go back under that $1,000 level. This level here, I'm not convinced that this is it. I do think we have one more push to the downside. Now, even if this market were to rally 2,500, 3,000, I'm still kind of sticking with that bias. And that's where DCA comes in, because I have positions right now. You know what I'm saying? And like, if the market goes to 2,000 or 2,500, I'm still going to catch that. And there's always going to be opportunity, so I'm never scared to have just money sitting in stable coins. What actually happens when wallets get liquidated? And money moves into the money is going to move into probably USDC or to DAI. It's going to move into a stable coin. Okay, it's just going to get sold for another coin. It's going to get probably USDC. And there's a lot of stuff going on with USDC and Circle. If you guys didn't know, USDC is owned by a company called Circle. Circle's been in business for 10 years. Circle has a lot of power. And we're going to do a class on that this week. So guys, we're going to wrap up today's class. I got to get on the webinar. I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening, a great rest of your night. Tomorrow, we got an announcement. I need you there. 4 o'clock Eastern, myself, Curtis Cobain. And you know who our guest is? You guess who our guest is? I can't tell you. Tomorrow, be there or be square. It's going to be an amazing session. See you guys soon.
I know that you've been scarred. There's nothing we can't heal together. You know you got my heart. I love you. I can't stand to see you so, baby. It just be mine. I find all the me. I'll be I don't want I have to do. I climb every mountain.